Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are based in today. Today's our live session here. I am Mohammad Akhlaqur and I'm Managing Director of GEC Consultant. I'm based in our London office. Here today, our guest is Mark Whitfield. He's from the University of Hertfordshire, International Recruitment Manager. And we have our another colleague from Morocco, Hiba Al-Fatra. He's based in Casablanca in Morocco. So today, probably you know about the University of Hertfordshire. It's this well-known university globally and recruiting students all over the world. One of the, I think, very diverse university in the UK, and which is very close to the London, 40 minutes from the central London. And Hertfordshire has a diverse course range from medical science and accounting, business, engineering, number of things. And Hertfordshire is is established for a long time as a vocational college, and later on is become an university. So here, Mark will give a very brief details about today, as much as he can cover. So I'll pass to Mark. Mark, could you kindly, start about, your university, and then we'll have some question and discussion later on. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So hello, everybody, and welcome to this live session. And yeah, I'm here today joining GECC all the way from the UK here at Hertfordshire on the campus. So my name is Mark Whitfield. I'm the Regional Manager for the Middle East and Africa. And I also support recruitment activities, wider recruitment activities within the office. Today, basically, I'm going to answer your questions about what it means to study at the University of Hertfordshire. More importantly as well, why Hertfordshire? Why should you choose us? Okay, what opportunities do we offer to you as potential students coming to the UK, coming to Hertfordshire to study? So I'm hoping to answer those questions today and to give you as much advice as possible on the processes that are involved as well, the fantastic scholarships and discounts, the English language requirements and testing that we offer students. So yeah, guys, keep your questions coming today, please.
Sure.
All right. So I would suggest, I would request a Mark. So you have a short presentation, if you kindly,
Sure,
go
absolutely.
ahead with
Yes.
that one. Then
Yes.
We'll do the 10-15 minute that presentation, and then we'll go to the next stage about the question.
Sounds good.
All right, and discussion.
Sounds good. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Right. Okay. So let me know when you
Screen is visible. Thank you.
You can see it. Excellent. So yeah, so just to introduce myself again once more, my name is Mark Whitfield, Regional Manager. And like I said, I support with the Middle East and Africa and also wider recruitment activities within the international office here at Hertfordshire. Now, obviously, to give you an overview of Hertfordshire, so what makes us special? What makes us unique? Well, we're in the world's top 250 modern universities, but what truly makes us unique is our placements at both undergraduate, so bachelor's, and postgraduate master's level. Hertfordshire has some fantastic links with industry. We work with companies such as Amazon, IBM, Boeing, Rolls-Royce, Bentley. So these are industry partnerships that we're very proud of having, which gives you, the student, the opportunity to essentially get hands-on experience to kickstart your career. Our location is also unique. Now, let me tell you guys, as someone who lives in the UK, who has also lived in London, London is an expensive city. Believe me when I say this. Hertfordshire is located just outside London, 25 minutes from King's Cross Station. So Hertfordshire is not considered a London university, even though we are 25 minutes. We're not a London university. That's very important for two reasons. The first one is affordability. The second reason is when you submit your maintenance to apply for your visa, you don't need to submit the same amount, or you don't have to have the same amount as if it was a university in London. In fact, you need to show maintenance of £9,207. In London, it's £12,000 plus. So keep that in mind. It's a major factor to consider. Now, Hertfordshire's a campus. We're quite unique in that sense because a lot of universities in the UK are actually not campuses. They tend to be spread across a town or a city. Hertfordshire isn't. We're a campus, quite unique, and everything is in one place. All right. So you literally are on a campus. You're part of a community. We also have our accommodation on campus as well. And for example, the University of Hertfordshire campuses is in the UK's top 11 universities for facilities. And I'll talk about that more as we go on into the presentation. And then just adjacent, just outside the picture, is our business and law school, which is just a 10-minute walk from the main campus. And as I recap, 25 minutes from London, it is an amazing opportunity because you're accessing opportunities such as jobs, internships, you're accessing obviously the social side of it as well, but you're not paying that price that you would be if you was in London. So there's a big, big factor to consider. And also as well, what makes us unique is safety. We have safety, which is, second safest university town in the east of England. And that is really important, for someone who's coming to the UK for the first time, not familiar with the UK, safety is a big factor to consider.
Exactly.
Now, research is quite important. And, Hertfordshire really does excel in this area. It's very important. Anyone who wants to do a degree, a quality degree, there's a key thing key thing that you're looking at, and that is research, the quality of research. Hertfordshire is in the UK's top 25% of British universities for research. That puts us in the same quarter, the same 25% as Oxford, Cambridge, UCL, Imperial. So we really are a top university when it comes to research and academic quality. And when you see the fees, you'll be quite surprised. And just to give you a flavour of some of the subject rankings, the key thing that you guys should be looking at is the actual subject ranking itself. Okay, look at the subject itself. Look at what you want to do. Now, I've given you guys a snapshot here of just a few, but let's take, for example, those in Morocco, engineering. We're in the UK's top 25 universities for engineering. Okay, we're in the UK's top 15 for medical sciences, medical simulation. So this really, really is important, especially when you go to look for a job afterwards. You're having that on your resume, your CV. You're demonstrating that you've studied at a reputable, quality university. Industry links are very important, believe me. And one of the key things that you guys should be looking at as well is what links, what accreditations does that degree have? Okay, is it recognized by industry? Is it approved? Does it meet industry standards? 90% of our programs actually do. And if you look on the screen in front of you, you'll notice most of our programs, 90% are actually approved and accredited by industry and recognized. Now, we're coming to the end now, but let's get on to accommodation. Many of you obviously are coming to the UK, and accommodation is a big factor that you'll be considering. We actually guarantee accommodation. So Hertfordshire is only one of a very few universities that guarantee on-campus accommodation for masters and bachelor's students. And even if you study in your second year, third year, it is still guaranteed to you. It's modern, it's on campus, it's guaranteed, and also affordability. Typically, we have different prices and different packages available, but the typical one that you're looking at for majority of students from South Asia and Morocco is the standard ensuite. So that's where you get your own room, you get your own bathroom, you'll share a kitchen with 4 students, and what you're looking at typically is approximately between £7,000 to £8,000 for the whole year, no hidden costs. That includes everything, your room, your bathroom, your bills, everything. And then facilities. Doing a degree is one thing, but gaining experience is another. First of all, the campus itself and what that has to offer. Hertfordshire has an amazing sports village, a state-of-the-art indoor-built swimming pool. We also have an on-campus doctor's surgery, but things like, for example, our careers and employability centre. You know, we are a careers-led university, and we build a big amount of effort into career development whilst you're a student with us. But also as well, our library, which is 24/7, we also give students laptops to study. So when you join us on campus, you have access to state-of-the-art laptops to help you with your study. These laptops are for studying courses where you need access to, really, really important software. But also as well, the way in which you learn at Hertfordshire, let's be clear on this. It's not predominantly lecture-based. You will also be in the laboratories, you'll be in the computer labs, you'll be in the engineering centre, you'll also be in the robotics suite if you're doing AI and robotics. You will be gaining hands-on experience because that's how you learn, guys. That is how you learn. And this is why Hertfordshire, year on year, does so well in the rankings globally and nationally, because our students, when they graduate with hands-on experience. So obviously tuition fees. So how much typically is a degree at Hertfordshire? What would you be looking to pay? Well, if you was doing a bachelor's degree, you'd be looking at £15,500 per year for a 3-year degree. If you was a master's student, however, you'd be looking at 16,450. If you decided to take and do one of our masters with placements or with research, so that's a 2-year program where you do 1 year taught and then 1 year placement, internship or research, you'd be looking at 18,950. However, Hertfordshire only asks for a £1,000 minimum holding deposit. We're not going to ask you to pay thousands of pounds to hold your place. £1,000. You hold your place and then you will enter the CAS process. We also have some fantastic scholarships and discounts at Hertfordshire. So typically, if you're a bachelor's student, you'd be looking at £2,000 per year. So over 3 years, that's £6,000. If it's a 4-year degree, £8,000. Master's students are guaranteed an instant £2,000 scholarship. That's the Student Success Scholarship. We also offer students approximately £2,500 to £3,000 as well. Those are dependent on grades. Also as well, you have to have paid your £1,000 deposit and be unconditional. And on top of that, if you pay your fees in full by October, we'll give you an extra £1,000 as well on top of whatever you've already got. Now, entry requirements is very important, and working with GECC, they're one of our top agents. These guys really are experts in what they do. So my advice to you guys would be to seek their advice. And if you're going to make an application, I would advise strongly to do it through these guys who are experts in this field. The key thing to remember here is if you're a student from, let's say, Morocco, the entry requirements, the experts know this, but when it comes to the CAS process as well, we don't run or offer students, we don't do a pre-CAS interview. We don't do this as part of our processes. We're quite relaxed when it comes to Morocco itself. But also as well, in the way in which we screen students from South Asia, normally in terms of CAS issuance, we're normally getting CASs out within 48 hours of a student meeting those conditions and submitting the relevant documents. So that's my presentation done, and there are some questions from both the team and yourselves, I'm sure. So I'm going to hand over now to colleagues. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark, for a very nice presentation. Hello, guys who are viewing our live session. You can see that there's a number of unique point which you can choose the Hertfordshire. If you want to study in the UK, Hertfordshire can be one of your best fit in terms of the tuition fee if we compare with other. all entry requirement and the diverse course range as well. And the accommodation is a is a fully accommodated university for the international student. All right, so some of the key point I just need to again just repeat, the scholarship what Mark pointed out, the what Hertfordshire introduced, the success scholarship. It is available for international student, all international student who are fulfilling the requirement. Mark, am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So you mentioned the English language test, is that right?
No, the success scholarship. I'm asking about the
Success scholarship.
yeah.
Sorry, there was a bit of a delay on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So unfortunately, we don't offer it to nursing students. That's primarily because obviously with the NHS, we guarantee an NHS placement.
Yeah.
So that obviously costs money. But yeah, for all other subjects, that is a guaranteed student success scholarship.
That's
And that
very good.
basically is to support students through these difficult times
Yeah,
we're facing.
that
Yeah.
that's wonderful. And who are you from the South Asia, particularly from Bangladesh? Those students, you have a wonderful news. Hertfordshire is one of the university which is accepting mode of instruction for Pacific universities. North South, for example, North South University, Sutherland University of Science and Technology, Independent University, and a few more university, Brack University as well as which is MY they are accepting. Also, because of the English language diversity, Hertfordshire also accepting Oxford International Test, which is YTC, is well known by YTC, though their name has been a little bit changed. So, Mark, if it's anything wrong, just correct me. So I'm aware that they are accepting the OIGC as well.
Spot
And and many more programs as well available.
Spot
So,
on.
as Mark is very expert on the mannerism, I would now pass to one of our colleague from Morocco to ask some question to Mark, which could be helpful for the Moroccan student and I think that region student. All right, so Hiba, over to you.
Yeah. Actually, after the presentation, I had so many questions that were automatically answered.
Yeah,
I
we'll
told
try
you,
to
I
cover
told
it
you.
in a timely.
Because you see, I had some doubts or questions about financial facilities and scholarships and quality education. I had also one question that was incredibly answered in the presentation, which is career help for future students if they want to look for careers from Hertfordshire assistance. And it was already answered because Hertfordshire has so many good relations with international professional establishments. So this has actually answered almost all my questions. And for I had also the question for international students if they have the same right to apply for scholarships and international facilities like local students, and it was already answered.
Absolutely.
I have just seen, I have one question concerning when I
Sure.
when I opened the Hertfordshire website, I saw that you also offer distance learning programs, and I would also like to know, do these programs also offer financial facilities for online students? Okay, so this is my only question that I had. Okay, perfect.
All right, so I think I could add something as well, what Mark told. So for the Moroccan student, they don't need to precast interview, which is
Yeah.
as soon as the documentation is accepted and financial the requirement has been fulfilled, student will be issued the CAS. Mark, am I right? For the Moroccan
Spot on.
student.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are experts. I mean, this is like I said,
Yeah.
you
So
guys know
yeah,
how.
no, like you are now there. That's why I'm just confirming, validating
It's
from
true.
the Hertfordshire University
It's
that
true. It's
Moroccan
true.
student, if you are interested,
It's
is a
true.
very great opportunities.
I
You
think
don't, yeah,
it's
you
also
do.
just worth noting as well. I mean, for Moroccan students, but also for students in Bangladesh, Yes, we accept medium of instruction English, and this is the same for Morocco, and there are updates coming through shortly. Yes, we do, on a case-by-case basis. We do accept medium of instruction English from universities, but also as well, Hertfordshire actually offers its own free online English test. What I would advise students to do is, before you consider booking an IELTS, if you are making an application with GECC, you know, these guys obviously are in contact with myself and my team. We will offer you a free online English language test as well if you need to do a test. You know,
Perfect.
save some money because IELTS are
Yeah,
expensive.
exactly,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
expensive.
Very good. Thank you, Mark, for reiterating that. Another very wonderful opportunity. So, guys who are viewing this live session, please feel free to contact with us through our social media channel. Number is there. Also, you can visit our local office in Dhaka and other places as well. So, Mark, I'm getting some questions. So, some of the question we already covered. Some of the still I need your support to answer this question. For
Sure.
example, one of the person is asking, is it possible to apply with MOI? So as I'm just answering that one as a no actually. So if you if you are for listed university, there is a 9 or 10 university listed. A few of them I mentioned already. If you are from those university or institute, you can apply with MOI. So another question, how to pass the interview? Is there any second chance available? So I'm just giving some brief, for interview, when someone is coming to the interview, probably student is know all the question, they are qualified, but there's some nervousness is working. So some nervousness can, deteriorate their first interview. So, Mark, is there any second chance, or how is the interview
Yeah, look,
take
I mean,
place?
listen, I'm going to be really honest here, and you know, been really, really open, guys.
Yeah.
Our interviews are not designed to trip you up. We're not looking to get you, all right? Our interviews essentially are to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to prepare you and to also gauge your knowledge of Hertfordshire and the program. You can learn that by literally going on your computer and learning about the course. We've got a course page. It lists everything you need to know. What we just need to see is that you understand your offer, you understand what you're coming here to study. It really isn't rocket science. Our interviews are not designed to trip you up. We're not looking to trip you up. Yes, of course, there are opportunities for a second chance, depending on how the first one went. But you'll find that Hertfordshire, actually, our approach is very different. We're very fair in our approach. So keep that in mind.
Wonderful, thank you. And guys who are viewing, I'm telling you, is interview is as Mark said, is a home office as well. UKVI. They don't want to make you in a trap. They want to see, are you genuinely interested to study the program? Okay, are you ready for that? The course you are choosing, you are paying the huge amount of tuition fee. When you're buying something, you know about that one. Okay, and as a GECC, we are working for the international student recruitment for more than 10 years. We have we prepare a numerous number of students. We have a guidance, our own guidance, how to prepare yourself and what kind of question will be asked. And none of the student we take to the interview stage unless or until we see you are prepared, fully prepared, you know the question, and and how you can represent yourself to the international officer from the university. So we have a training session in place. Please feel free to contact with us. We'll guide you how it will be happen. So I have a few more questions, Mark. So
Yep.
another question is coming. What's the living cost on campus? Can I have a job on campus? It's a very good question. I think, when I visited, you described a number of things, a number of opportunities. Yeah. Would you kindly, it will help the Moroccan student as
Of
well.
course it will. Of course it will. Okay, so yeah, living costs. So obviously there's a big difference because Hertfordshire isn't a London university, as I said. So the living costs, typically you need to demonstrate that you have access to £9,207, okay,
Exactly.
which is living costs. Now that doesn't mean you're going to spend £9,207, okay, but it just means that you need to have access to it. In terms of opportunities, absolutely yes, yes. And obviously, GECC Mohammed has obviously seen this himself with his own eyes.
Yeah.
We do offer students, we do give students the opportunity to get a job on campus. Now, we can't give every single student a job. I wish we could. We are currently looking into that, in terms of how we can give students opportunities. But right now we don't. But we do have jobs available where students can apply. We have a careers centre and we have what's called a jobs board where students can come and see what's available and then apply and go inside the careers centre to make an application. Yes, we do, absolutely. And the great thing is about Hertfordshire is we're quite uniquely located because, again, we're just outside London. So in terms of accessing that jobs market, is a really big consideration. Because we're not in London, the cost of living is lower. That's why I myself don't live in London. I live in Hertfordshire, as do many other colleagues. So, you're accessing quite a good jobs market here, but you're not actually going, you're not paying the price essentially.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mark, for explaining. And I can add you. So when I'm visiting the Hertfordshire, I see that there is a job posting in the near to the career center. Number of job posts, which is I didn't see in other university. So which is it shows the Hertfordshire University is dedicated for the international student. All right. So how far is from the London? Can I travel from Stratford? Okay. So I think we have a student as well.
Well,
Is yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Is how far you can actually.
yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I've done it. I've done that commute. Stratford, basically, um, to get to London is quite simple. So essentially, what you're doing is you're going all the way you're getting the Jubilee line to West Hampstead,
Yeah.
and then you're basically then getting on the Thames link, which essentially is going to bring you straight into Hertfordshire. So you're looking at about an hour, give or take. Stratford is the other side of London. So from Hatfield to London is 25 minutes, and then you're looking at about another 20, maybe 25 minutes to Stratford. So yeah, you're looking at about an hour basically from door to door. Commutable, commutable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very good. We got another question. A student probably based in UK, so you want to do the second master. So, is that allowed? Yeah.
It is, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, Hertfordshire's got some fantastic programs available. Now, if you've done a master's in the UK already, absolutely. What I would recommend is considering one of our masters with research. This is a fantastic program. It's 2 years. We have
Yeah.
some really generous discounts and scholarships as well to help you with the affordability, because we understand right now that the cost of living is difficult. So what I would normally recommend is, if you are thinking of doing a second master's, yes, get in touch with GECC and let's get an application for one of our fantastic masters with research. It's a 2-year program. You don't have to do a 2-year program. You could look at doing something related. For example, if you've done business, you might want to consider doing an MBA. Or if you've done, for example, a medical related degree, you might want to do a business medical program, which is focused around the business side of the medical industry.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Another thing, you have a number of placement available in postgraduate and as well as undergraduate.
We do
So
indeed.
how Hertfordshire is helping the placement? This could
Yeah,
help
sure.
as well.
So
Yeah.
we've basically, Hertfordshire is only one of 20 universities in the UK, which is considered what's called an enterprise zone. What is that? What does that mean? Basically, we work in collaboration with industry. It's an industry partnership. Now, that gives students the opportunity, essentially using our network, using our links and partnerships to get an internship, to basically get a placement, okay, working with our careers team as well to secure some experience. Let's be really honest, guys. Let's get real on this. The reason that you're coming to do a degree essentially is to get a good job at the end of it, okay? To make your parents proud, you know, to make your family proud, and to obviously make money so you can live comfortably and provide for your family, all right?
Exactly.
We understand that the only way students get a good job at the end is actually, it's not just having a degree, it's having experience. It's actually having something like a portfolio of applied skills and competencies, a strong CV with experience. Hertfordshire understands that very, very well. So, yeah, we work closely with our partners, and we guarantee the opportunity for students to essentially, you know, kickstart their career and gain experience.
Thank you, Mark. I have a few more questions actually from
Sure.
different reasons. So, one of the student is from, I think, yeah. So it's Uganda. He's saying my wife has done the master's in economics from the home country. I wanted full or semi-fund option in the PhD. So, do you, what kind of scholarship opportunity, or do you have any scholarship opportunity for the PhD program?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we do actually, we don't offer any scholarships for the PhD, okay, but we do actually have funding opportunities. So what I would suggest to you, my friend, for your wife, is to actually get in touch with GCC. Who'll be able to
Exactly.
lodge an application for you. And then we'll be able to obviously make an assessment on that. But we do have some funding opportunities, although they are limited. I would say that they are limited in numbers, but there are opportunities nevertheless.
Okay, great. Thank you. Another very important question, I think, is a tuition fee option. Okay, so do you is international student has any opportunity to pay tuition fee in an installment? So different
Absolutely.
installment.
Absolutely. So
How
we
does it work? Yeah,
Yeah, so basically the way it would work essentially is you're looking at 4 payments across a year. Okay. So the first payment that you would make is a £1,000 holding deposit. So that's where you're holding your place. You're going into the CAS process to be assessed in the CAS. You'll then pay £4,000, which essentially is for us to release the CAS to you. The next one then is a 65% payment of remaining fees to be made in October. And then the fourth and last will be 4 to 5 months later in January, where you'll essentially pay the remaining 35% of remaining tuition fees.
All right. So guys who are watching the live, you got an idea how you can pay the installment. If you need more information, please contact with us. If you're based in the UK, so please visit our London office as well. So all details are in our social media as well. All right. So Mark, we have covered a number of things today. So we have still 5 more minutes left. So let me
Yep.
discuss a few more very crucial, which is missing. I got another question in our Facebook. I can see that one again. I'm just picking up. So one of the person is asking if there is any issue with the English language accent will be issue in the class. So how, if you can tell actually how the class structure is there and how the delivering there and what the expectation from the student for the university teacher or lecturer, if you can briefly tell them.
Sure. So the question is around the English language.
Yeah, how if the accent is not proper or something, you can't so I think better off you can give an answer what the expectation from the student, okay, or what university expect from the student in the class, okay, or assessment.
think I understand. Yeah. So how are students assessed? So the way it works at Hertfordshire basically is if you look at our programs and you look at how they're delivered, for example, they're delivered in several ways. First of all, lecture or practical. So the session actually is very practical focused. The second option, the second delivery then is seminar. For example, if you have an essay or an assignment, you'll work as a small group of students to basically go through that assignment or assessment so you understand what's required from you. And then lastly, it's the tutorial. So that's where you have a one-to-one with your professor. But also as well, if you look at the way in which our programs are delivered, excuse me, our business programs, for example, are non-exam based. Why? Why are they not exam based? Well, let's be really clear on this. Your boss is never going to ask you to do an exam in the real world. And
Yeah.
that's where Hertfordshire stands out because we obviously are looking at the real world. We're looking at how industry works. Your boss is, however, going to ask you to write a report. They're going to ask you to deliver a presentation. They're going to ask you to lead on a project. Okay. So that's how we deliver our programs. We deliver them kind of relating to the real world kind of scenario. Yes, some courses do have exams. Of course they do. For example, medical programs, engineering programs, they have to. It's a requirement in the UK. But if you look at the majority of our programs, they're very practical based. So we're drawing on student strengths. Some students are not very academic. I wasn't when I was at university. I wasn't very academic. I was more practical. I'm more of a hands-on person. Some people obviously are academic. So we give students the opportunity to do well. There'll be practical and academic elements built into a course, which really does draw on your key strengths and gives you the opportunity. We know that English is not your first language. We know that. We know that. And that's why we offer students with a lot of support throughout their degree. And we also deliver our degree in a way that allows you to get the best out of it.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, you raise a very good point. So employer will not will ask you to do the exam or assess, in while you're doing so. Is they will see the what kind of teamwork experience you have gathered from your study. So what you said actually in the number of assessment will be like a coursework, group or something. So student will be learn from there. There more learning will become from this kind of assessment structure or technique. So, viewers, you guys have lots of information, whatever. If you have anything, please feel free to contact with us. DCC is here in your local area. We have an office in Bangladesh, in Dhaka. We have a Morocco as well. We have another place as well where representative is available, and social media. You can reach out there. So before we concluding, I would ask both of you, Mark and Riba, to give a 1 minute time to give a message. What message you want to deliver today for the international student? I'll go for Mark. Mark, if you can give a message to our viewer and the international student.
So you want me to give something a closing
just
statement?
give it one message. What do you think is the more important for the international student at that moment?
All right. Look, guys, to give you one bit of advice is take your time. All right. There's no rush. Take your time. Okay. Looking for a university is not easy. It is a process. It really is a process. So what I would normally say is go through it slowly. Use the resources that you have. For example, this session, you've also got some really fantastic counsellors at GECC to advise you here. Also, as well, consider fees, discounts. Consider, for example, the academic merits as well of that program. Rankings, subject rankings. But ultimately, take your time. Use the advice of other people. Use the advice of experts. Hertfordshire's a university that has delivered year on year. If you've got questions, let us know. If you want to come and visit, or if you want to contact us and speak to a student, to speak to a student here, let us know. We'll be happy to do that. We'll be more than happy to do that. Follow us on Instagram. We always run live Instagram sessions where students share their experience. Follow us on Instagram, okay? So yeah, that's my closing statement, and a big thank you as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a very good point. The viewers, you can see is in current technological advancement, it's easy to reach anything, easy to reach the information. So, yeah, you can do some research and find the right fit for yourself in future. And investing that amount of money, you need to do research. So now I will pass it to Hiba. So if you kindly give a message to your Moroccan student, so
Yeah. Actually, my point was a little bit correspondent to Mark's point. I just want to tell students not to rush up to programs, and because today's market is really complicated, so someone who wants to enroll, for example, to a business program or a medical program or any engineering program, because they are fanatic to their ideas, they want to be, for example, just engineers or lawyers, just go ask the experts, and you have to discover what's there in the market today in any program, because you can have some expectations, over expectations when you're a student, and then when you're a graduate or you have finished your degree, you can see something else that you haven't expected. So please ask an expert. You have to know what's there in the market first, what's really required, what's demanded, what's the nature or subnature of each domain or major, and then based on this you can decide if this is the program that's best suitable for you and for your future career. So please be realistic and ask experts what's there in the market first before you choose your major, because it's a weak point that so many students fall in when they choose their major, and after years they discover it's not the thing that I expected actually.
Yeah.
So this is my message to them,
I think
actually.
to recap on what you said, Heba, and I think you
Yeah.
make an excellent point, and to kind of finish that point really is to the audience today is what you guys need to really do think about is where do you want to be in 10 years? What is your 10-year plan? What job do you want to get? That's what you need to be thinking about.
Exactly.
Okay. And I think you need to look at Hertfordshire and think, well, these guys are giving me the experience, they're giving me the hands-on knowledge as well. They're giving me the resume that I'll need to go into a competitive jobs market. So you do need to consider the university on those merits. Going to a university that is in the top rankings academically, I mean, it doesn't get you a job. What ultimately gets you a job, what gets you experience is experience. It's a CV with your degree. So students need to really do consider what is your plan, your career plan. And that's
Exactly.
why we get students thinking about that from day one when they arrive.
That's true. That's
thank you very much. Thank you, Mark
Welcome.
and Hiba, for a very wonderful message
Thank you, Mohammed.
for the viewers and the students who are interested to study in the UK. And I will just reiterate as well. So if you want to study in the UK, Hertfordshire is one of the very good university. Also, for September intake, deadline is still available, isn't it, Mark? Yeah. So September intake application is still you can make. So feel free to come forward, contact with us, consult with our counselor and team member, and get the best out of it. Okay, this is a huge opportunity for yourself.
Thank you, my friend. Very kind.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
Mohammed.
think a massive thank you to the audience who joined today, and also GECC really for your support. You guys really are one of our top agents in the market. Professional, supportive, student feedback has always been very positive. So I think a big thank you to you guys for this opportunity today.
Many thanks, Mark. I
Thank you,
also
Mr.
thank you as well. On behalf of GCC, you make the time and give your valuable time today. And also, Hiba, thank you for joining from the
Thank you,
north
Mr.
of
Muhammad. Thank you.
Casablanca. All right. So hope to see you soon again, another session. Okay. So
Thank you.
goodbye now. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.